Hello, welcome back to my channel, Oyin in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making some delicious sweet potato fries and some crispy salt and pepper chicken that will make you feel like you've just ordered from your favorite Chinese restaurant. If you want to see how I achieve this, stay tuned, keep watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. Thank you. So let's get started. So first of all, I have about 8 pieces of chicken in my bowl, chicken wings cut up, and then I have about 3 cloves of garlic. You can use 3 or 4 cloves. I'm using 3, I think, depending on the size of garlic that you have. I grated my garlic because I feel like it releases more flavor than chopping, but you can do any one you want. And then I have some ginger there, and then I'm just grating that in also. I feel like I'm obsessed with ginger these days. I use it in everything, but it honestly tastes so good, which is why I use it. I just love ginger. And then I added a teaspoon of salt, well, a teaspoon and a sprinkle of salt. You can just use your discretion in the amount of salt that you use. And then I added a mixture of herbs, just including bay leaves, thyme, parsley, sage, rosemary. So black pepper is really important in this recipe. I used quite a bit of black pepper here, and I used freshly ground black pepper, which is ideal to use in this recipe as well. And then I added a tablespoon of soy sauce to that and mixed that all together with my hands. So then I just covered that with cling film and put it in the fridge. You can leave it for any time between 20 minutes to overnight. I left mine for 2 hours. So I have 4 sweet potatoes and I'm just going to chop them up. I'm leaving the skin on just for some extra fiber, but you can peel the skin off if you want. I have some vegetable oil in a pot to fry my sweet potatoes. Next, I'm adding some corn flour to my sweet potatoes to coat them. So I have a few pointers here. First of all, make sure that your bowl that you're using is dry. So transfer the sweet potatoes to a dry bowl, otherwise the corn flour will stick to the bowl and not the sweet potatoes. And then also, it's good that your sweet potatoes are slightly wet when you do this so that the flour will stick to the sweet potatoes. My oil was heated on medium heat, and once that was hot enough, I added my sweet potatoes to start frying. Try not to overcrowd your pot because then you could end up with some soggy sweet potatoes, which you do not want. The reason I covered them with some corn flour before frying is because sweet potatoes have a tendency to go soggy because they have a high water content, but covering them in corn flour actually helps to allow them to be crispy, and so you end up with some nice crunchy chips. You'll know the fries are done once they look and feel crunchy and when they are golden brown, so they're ready to come out of the oil. So then I decided to put them onto a baking tray to go into the oven on low heat, just to continue to stay warm while I get on with the chicken. I'm using corn flour again to coat the chicken. So the chicken's been in the fridge for 2 hours. So I just dipped 8 chicken into the corn flour. So you want to do 1 chicken at a time here. So what I mean is that you don't want to dip all your chicken and then fry. You want to dip and fry, dip and fry, dip and fry. Because if you dip all your chicken, the moisture from the chicken will kind of seep out, and then when you fry it, it won't be as crunchy as it should be. So these chicken wings are pretty small, so they only need about 7 to 10 minutes to cook, but you'll know when it's cooked as long as the oil is on medium heat, and the chicken, when it's crunchy and golden, that's when it's ready. But you can definitely open the chicken up to see if it's done. So while my chicken was cooking, I went ahead and chopped up my vegetables. So I have 2 cloves of garlic, which I chopped up roughly. And then I chopped up some chili peppers. I kind of changed my mind as to how much chili peppers I wanted to chop up. There's nothing worse than having delicious food that's too spicy for you to enjoy. So kind of rethought my choice there. And then I have 3 spring onions that I chopped up there as well, and then a bell pepper. Well, it wasn't a bell pepper, it's a pointy pepper, but you can use a bell pepper, a red bell pepper, or a green bell pepper, any peppers you want. And then after my chicken was done, I went ahead and put a piece of butter in the pan and then fried off my garlic. After briefly frying my garlic, then I poured in the rest of my vegetables and added yet more black pepper. You need a lot of black pepper for this dish, so it's very important to add plenty of black pepper. You could add a little more seasoning before pouring in your chicken at this stage, like maybe some chicken powder, but I decided not to. Instead, I just laced it with more black pepper, as you can see. You can't hear the chicken as I stir it around the pot, but take my word for it, it's really crunchy. And there it is, a beautiful plate of chicken. Does that look as good as a plate of chicken you see in front of you in a Chinese restaurant? Yes, I think so. And believe me when I tell you, when I took a bite, I was speechless. It was so delicious. And then to go with that, a plate of deliciously crunchy sweet potato chips. What more could you ask for? Would you even need to order from a Chinese restaurant again? I really don't think so. Thank you so much for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and come again next time. Bye bye.